1, and we are live. Hello, 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 and welcome to Khosi Nation Fan TV. I am Bilo, I am your host. This is where fans meet and talk about Kaizer Chiefs, Amakhosi Football Club. And today we are talking about two players, Bruce Bvuma, and we're also talking about Eric Mlomoanda of Mathoho. I'm smiling because I just realized that my camera has 13% battery, which means at some point during the stream I'll have to change to my phone. And in fact, I should change to my phone as soon as possible because I don't want the stream to just cut and then you guys will be wondering Uguti what actually happened. So as I already said, we are talking about the two players who I won't say now as if they've never been important, who have been very important to us as Kaizer Chiefs in recent seasons. And say what you might about Mathoho in his later years or latter years, say what you might about Bvuma's performance this season, but the truth of the matter is they have been key to Kaizer Chiefs and our success at times. So we have interesting news about them, and I'll be interested to hear what you guys have to say because I can already see Mandla already has some strong opinions about Bvuma. So just give me a second as I'm setting up this, and while I'm also fixing my things over here, let's just do the housekeeping thing and like the video. That's number 1. Number 2, comment letting me know what you think about what we'll be talking about. And also, while you're at it, if you are new to this channel, please do subscribe. In this channel, we speak everything that has to do with Kaizer Chiefs. We preview matches, we react to Kaizer Chiefs games, and we also just talk and have my live streams every weekday at 7:30. So become part of this, become part of this channel, become part of this group, and chat with other Kaizer Chiefs fans as well. So that's all. That's what we want to talk about. We want to grow this channel and be bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. For those of you who are already members, who are already subscribed to the channel, you could always help the channel by becoming the member of this channel. It's only 20 rands per month, and yeah, you would help me plenty by doing that. So Narcissus Studio said to it's empty. There's no one until my face shows up. Great. I don't know what to do at this point. Yeah, great. Now we just played a magic trick. Okay, so yeah, as I was saying, when we get started, I will answer your question, Mandla, soon enough. Okay, so what I will say is that Bvuma, for those of you who want me to get straight to the point, I like doing that. Bvuma apparently has told the Chiefs that he wants to leave at the end of the season, and Bvuma wanting to leave at the end of the season is not surprising. I will say Uguti, it does shock me Uguti it has happened, but I kind of expected this thing to happen sooner rather than later, because if you think about it, Bvuma has been at Chiefs for a very, I'm lying, I didn't expect it. It just doesn't shock me as much. But what I will say is that at this point, it looks to me as if there's Peterson gets injured, he's there, he takes over. Or Peterson loses the form. Like the process for some people has already started with Peterson because of what happened in the previous game. Uguti didn't have a good game. and sometimes the player has one bad game and then it just accumulates in the next game and the next game and the next game. So for Bvuma, this could be his opportunity to if Peterson makes another mistake and Uzwane needs someone to take over, I will be there and be the goalkeeper who's gonna take over and be the main goalkeeper with Chiefs. It surprises me Uguti he has actually said, let me go on a loan or sell me to other teams. I think that is why Chiefs has been constantly linked with other goalkeepers from other teams. It's not necessarily because Ukune is leaving or might be leaving, but it's because they have to replace Bvuma as well, because we will say as much as Ubontlem is not like for like a replacement for Ukune, but as Ukune is no longer starting, in a way Bvuma would be pushed up to the position that Kuna is taking as the second option after Peterson, and then Ubontlem will take Bvuma's position. So then if Bvuma leaves, then that means Ubontle will become second choice. But we can't have Ubontle as a second choice right now. I don't think he's ready. So I think that is why Chiefs has been linked with Abo Jody February. I think that is why Chiefs has been linked with Abo Makula from Richards Bay FC. So this thing, your goalkeeper, I won't lie to you, Mina. I feel like it's just an inconvenience. I don't need this in my life, if we're being honest. I just don't need to be stressing about a goalkeeper while I can be thinking about a defensive midfielder, a winger, a striker. But now I have to add the stress of a goalkeeper into this. I don't like it. But let me read some of your comments before we move on to the Mathoho one. Aumandla is saying, Khosi Nation, the only bomb Bvuma drops is balls in his own net. When Amandla umfuna Bvuma. Bvuma bafethu mina, I have seen Bvuma perform really well. I have seen Bvuma perform. Yes, there are things that you can question, but you can question isn't about any keeper, I think. Well, most keepers at some point they make mistakes because their positioning, the position that they play is very delicate. So if you make a mistake in that position, it will definitely cost a team. And I feel like all our goalkeepers have done that over the years. Kuhn has done it. Peterson has done it. Bvuma is just that he's the one who's getting hammered more than all the other goalkeepers. I admit he does make some mistakes, true. But I don't feel like they are like 10 times worse than the other goalkeepers. I think that's just unfair, guys. That's my opinion. I'm not saying that's the truth. It's what I think. I think it's unfair to say Bvuma sucks and there's nothing good that can come out of him. Unati saying Olampilo Nation awe. Sbahle saying Khosi for life. Woo! Usbu saying Ola Prampilo awe Sbu. Mandla is saying so much Mpilo. What will happen when this channel has more Mpandla subscribers in the future? For those of you who don't know, I turned on the subscriber only mode on the channel because when we had a watch along on Saturday, there were some people who were insulting me because of Mpandla. That's not the problem with the insulting me because of this, because this doesn't bother me. I wake up, I look at it every day. But I have people who are subscribed to this channel who are, what can I say, who are respectful, who are here to talk about football. So we cannot be disturbed and distracted by someone who's busy making stupid remarks about me, because those remarks come up here in my comments, and then since I try to read the comments of as many people as I can, then I see those comments and then I read them by mistake, and then I realize, it's just someone wanting attention. So now I have only turned on with only subscribers can talk or can have anything to say in my comments, so that I know with anyone who's commenting is a person who has consciously said, I want to become part of the conversation and I want to be subscribed to the channel. And for those who think they can subscribe and insult and leave, it doesn't happen like that. You must be a subscriber for a certain amount of time before you can comment. So if you're thinking you're going to subscribe, insult and leave, it won't happen. If you haven't subscribed for long enough, then you won't be able to comment. But if it's a subscriber who's also insulting me and whatnot, because I have no problem with anyone disagreeing with me, but if someone is insulting me, then I'll block them. It's easy as that. So I hope that answers your question. Utian is saying Vuma must go. His time is over. We don't need him at the moment. But who do you need? Who do you need? Because think about it. If Ukune ends up leaving, if Bvuma leaves, Ukune leaves, then we have Ubontlem leave and Peterson. Even if we keep Ukune, that means we're keeping a player on a very high salary instead of using that money to finance other moves to the team. So then where do you go? That is my question about Bvuma. Mandla saying Bvuma wanting to leave is good news to me. Same question that I asked to Diana Mandla. Siboniso saying Ola Khosi. And Smith Music is saying Ola Mpilo ngithi mina Mathoho. Oh, Sibusiso awe. Usibone uSmith is saying Ola Mpilo mina ngithi uMathoho wenzile umsebenzi wakhe ingamkhulula iChiefs ngoku uvuma ke yena angakhuleka. He's not that good. Oh my days. I feel like now I should just start a poll. Yes, I didn't even, but I am going to start a poll. By the way, if you haven't liked the video, please do make sure that you like the video, as it helps YouTube to spread the video to more people like you. No, since Vele you've brought it up in the Mathoho. So now Mathoho, it's reported to which is leaving Chiefs because of the fact that, well, contract tag is over, is up at the end of the month. And if we're being honest, we see which is not playing this season and is not going to be playing for Chiefs in the near future. So why give him a contract that will be a very high salary, I assume, if you know very well which is not going to be staying in your team. So I think Mathoho Vele is straightforward. And as I said, Mathoho, I even posted yesterday, as much as there's been things that I've not been happy that he has done, like 2020, what he did, we can talk about that. Good, he wasn't supposed to do that. But at the end of the day, he did do a lot of good things for the Chiefs. So let me start a poll because I want to see how many people will agree with it's a good decision to let Bvuma go. Should Chiefs let Bvuma go? Yes. So how many people are gonna vote, because it seems to me like everyone is just agreeing with Bvuma should go. All right. Okay. Right. While the comment section is loading over here. Unat is saying, Below my brother, is it me or I'm buffering? Am I? My stream here is saying it's great. Yabo my green Unat isugi right. If my stream here is showing me green, that means it's great. If there is a problem, it could potentially be what I'm using this camera. But if I'm buffering, am I buffering both the audio and the video? Let me know, Unat. But here on my side, it says everything is peachy. And then Bvuma is working Mpilo. Kukangapi Chiefs imnikeza a chance aibo. Usimba is saying Alison Becker made mistakes. Thank you. Or Ederson. Ukotwa when's mistake Enfield. It's just that Liverpool are weak. They scored, but then they conceded 5 goals. Alisson made a mistake and then Liverpool ended up losing. Your keepers have been making mistakes, guys. Mandla saying we must just not waste a foreign spot on a goalkeeper again. That is such a waste. But if they sign any keeper, I think it would be Makula, because I don't think they will go for February. I don't think Sundowns will sell us for February. So I think what will end up happening in that regard is that the Chiefs might actually end up wasting a foreign spot unless they go to Galaxy and sign up Teles. as people have been wanting Chiefs to do. Our DJ Motive is saying, Olampilo and the Khosi Nation, I'm here to see Bruce leave because he's such a good goalkeeper and he can give a lot to Chiefs. This is really sad. I agree with you. I don't get. I get some mistakes kabvum. Mina ngithi ke ubani ozomreplace because we don't need this. I mean I don't need to look for a keeper. A stress so good. Oh, we're looking for a keeper because we are in a situation where we're already lacking in other positions. So I have that thing. You're good. I just don't think we have plans or proper plans or good we can replace a keeper. And by the way, this is not the club's decision. It's the player himself wants to leave. So I will respect his decision because at the end of the day, also, yeah, I will respect his decision and not just his decision, but him as a person because that means he's not just staying at Chiefs for the vibes. Uguti, he knows very well Uguti he's not going to be playing and he stays. But yeah, now he's saying, you know what, I'm a development graduate at Chiefs, yet I will leave the Chiefs and go to a team where I will play because I am a footballer and I want to play. So he doesn't just want to be wasted on the bench and end up not amounting to anything in his career. So if he's choosing to leave so that he can go to a team that will play him, then I respect him for doing that. And then Olis is saying Bvuma is not Chiefs. I think you wanted to say not Chiefs material. Sibongobuko is saying Olampilo, I feel like Bvuma needs to be loaned out for 2 seasons to grow abo cheaper or swallows for experience. But if he goes out on a 2-year loan, he will come back at 30. I know keeper have a longer shelf life, but just sell him at this point rather than like loan him out. Just sell him to someone. You can even, if Guguti there is like Guguti, we doubt how useful Bvuma can be to us. Take him to TS Galaxy, make a swap deal, swap keeper for keep, because he will fare fine with TS Galaxy. Just apparently people are saying not good enough with Chiefs. But I wonder will he come to Chiefs and be a reserve? Anyways. Sibongobuko is saying Olampilo, I feel like Bvuma needs to be loaned. Okay, saying Fundilele. Upon is saying Bvuma is a good keeper for me. He did perform the highest level. Kev, not getting game time kills players. Exactly. I feel like that's another thing that we're not doing. We're not putting that into consideration. Uguti Guayena Bvuma hasn't played that much. But when everyone was injured during that Kev Champions League run, we were saved by Bvuma a lot of times. So that's my thing. And then Umandla is saying, Mina, a question Bvuma not being able to keep other keepers out. It shows he's always deemed the weaker keeper and he's always the weak one, in my own opinion. I hear you, Veluguti. Okune have been injured. Peterson came in and he has overtaken him. That Vele doesn't look good on anyone. When you've been here longer than Peterson, you had to say figure out the scheme. Akpay also came and you were here before Akpay wafigwa thathi scheme. And what's your problem? Yabo, I get that. But my thing, Guti, you could also make an argument, Yoguti Aibo. He probably doesn't get that much time when he does play. Because good Champions League will perform. But as soon as the other keepers recovered, he was taken out. So to me, it was like, okay, there's something that doesn't sit well with me. Umpazema says, Sharp Mpilo, let's loan him out. We still need him. He's 28, Umpazema. So if you loan him out at 28, yeah, unless you extend his contract and loan him out, so that if he performs on the other team, and then you can get some money from selling him. I just wonder if he's going to say yes to money being added to him being given more years at Kaizer Chiefs. I doubt he will say no to that though, but never know. And then Untokozo is saying sidlalile eAfrica uVuma wenza kahle inkinga yakhe akazithembi uyacimeka uma kuyi one on one kufana no Peterson Saturdays uyacimeza uyacimeka no Peterson Saturday ucimezile lela bhola bekungafanele lingene. Yeah, khona near post guys, it's unacceptable. Like I've seen Salah kuphela umdlali that I've seen score in those angles. Yes, I'm a Salah fanboy. Ngeke uyu umdlali engimaze kora kulama tight angles. But all of a sudden we just made a gallant striker look like a prime Salah scoring my tight angles. I didn't like that. So I think that was just that sucked for me. Uguti we let ETS Galaxy just look like they were the greatest team, conceding such a stupid goal. And he did play well with Bvuma. It just needs to improve. Umuk is saying Bvuma is a good keeper. He's just hungry for game time. Good for him. Go out there and be played. Don't stay in a team valley if you're not gonna play. It's just a bad thing for us as a team, but good thing for him. Sibongo says there's an Argentinian midfielder who are linked with who played in Argentinian league. For Tiger, Alexis Castro can also play right wing. Alexis Castro can also play right wing and left. Utini as we need to beef up our midfield. I haven't heard anything about that. Alexis Castro. His name sound isibongo sakhe Alexis Castro. Awuthi ngiyithathe lento ngiyibhale ngizomchecka lo Alexis Castro mshoyo. Alexis Castro. Okay, thank you for that. I'll look because I haven't checked him. Ukuthi kanjani. I will say ukuthi right now he's a midfielder. If he's a defensive midfielder, a proper defensive midfield, I would probably go for, if they've scouted him properly, I would say I can risk our foreign spot on the position that is vital, like a defensive midfielder or a striker. Though the foreign spot that is remaining should be given or should be reserved specifically for a striker or defensive midfielder. Anything else, nah. Next is Uswelihle saying Bvuma must go. He's a failure. I've never seen a bad goalkeeper in Chiefs caliber like him. My heart just started beating fast. A failure, Paul. Guys. Umanda is saying Alisson and Courtois should never be compared to Bvuma. Never. Bvuma comparison is that Liverpool keeper who flopped in the Champions League. By the way, kwayena njalo angitraumatize nkosi yami. Namanje hasn't recovered umuntu wabantu. I just forgot his name namanje. I'm trying to think. Loris Karius. No, I'm not comparing Bvuma to Courtois. I was making like a contrast. Yoguti, if a goalkeeper who's such high caliber like Alisson and Courtois can make mistakes, like they are seen as the GOATs or somewhere. Well, not the GOATs because Conor van der Sar before them, but they are one of the greatest of goalkeepers that we've seen. Yet they still concede silly, not positioning mistakes, stupid mistakes of failing to clear the ball. And because of that, I'm saying if they can make those mistakes, then Bvuma eubanike because kwayena he can still make those mistakes, and he's not even mentioned with those names. Ukune was one of the greats in South Africa, and he still makes some mistakes to this day. So that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying ufana nabo, just saying nabo bayawenza ama mistake eubanike noBvuma. You understand? That's what I'm saying. Umpazima is saying Mathoho and Khune play vital role as senior players who know the club culture. Yabona, they are the last. They were supposed to play that role in the 1920 season, but baphuza, right? baphuza utshwala baphuza thina. So right now I don't really think they are the ones who can usher us to the next place Chiefs where they need to be as a team. They were good for us in their time, but their time has passed. We appreciate the legends. They are legends, but it's time to go. Besides Njindaba 1920 season, because that's another thing for another day. But the fact is, their time is just up. I feel strongly. Yazunhlanhla is always late. He always comes in 27 minutes later, but better late than never. Like I've noticed, he just comes in Sanbonani. But anyways, Usema is saying, never mind the people who insult you. Just do your job. They are better. Thank you so much, Simba. I try to do that, and that is why I have also made some people. If you see Abomandla, the members, and people who have seen very active on the channel, sharing a secret now. You have a Hispanela. I don't know what I can call it in English. Hispanela. What is it called in English? I don't know. But it's next to your name. So when we do have a live stream and there's someone who's misbehaving, you have the power to click on those 3 dots next to their names and remove what they're saying. If you see which someone is misbehaving. So I am putting the power on the people who have who are members about Blade. I just knighted you when I played. I just made you a moderator right here, right now. Anyways, Umanda is saying basically all keepers need to be injured for him to be good enough. It means he will always be the bench third one. Molefe can play more games for Chiefs even. I'll take me a Mandla. Who played is saying Nation now. Mandla is saying there's a mistake of a pub keeper. Bvuma is more on the pub side compared to the best keepers. I feel like in the league there's a lack of good goalkeepers, so I'm hesitant for Chiefs to sign goalkeepers after. Thank you, Played. It's a spanner, yes. I'm hesitant for Chiefs to go sign a goalkeeper after one good game for their team. Simteng as Lise, let's do proper scouting and analysis for sure. Umanda saying one day we'll rank keepers. Bvuma will never be top 10. Blade is saying Bvuma got number of chances to be number 1 shortstop keeper, but look at him now, he's number 2 from a new signing. No, minama logic when I want deny. It's logical. Yabo mina, one thing that gave Bvuma a lifeline was his performance with Champions League. Otherwise, Vele, he has not covered himself in glory, right? Because if you analyze Vele, all these processes that you guys are counting, it does make sense. It's just that, what do you say about that run of form that he had with Champions League? Because even here, talking about Uloris career school Liverpool, he was very good that season for Liverpool. He was very good. He even dethroned keeper was number 1 with Liverpool, Uminyolet. And then he took over from him and then he just became the keeper. Then came Champions League and then mistakes. And then that was it. He was finished in his football career. So, yeah, that was painful. Umanda saying Arthur Batman and Emil Baron were reserve keepers, but way better than Vum. No, those guys were legends. And I remember Batman was just brought on to be like, I don't know what was happening. I even forgot what was happening. But I think Kuna was injured when Batman was there. And I remember Uti saved us my penalty and stuff like that. So Valley was good and he did the things. Spanner played. Solid is saying, Pilo, I'm saying his failure because Chiefs depend on the development goalkeepers like Okune, Kuzwa, Obaloi. Yeah, now why it seems as if this thing of Chiefs having bad keepers start with him. The difference is that Okune comes in, Fernandes leaves. Baloi comes to the end of his career, Okune starting his. But Bvuma comes in, Okune is in his prime. So he never played. That's my defense of Bvuma. From the moment he stepped on, he got promoted while Okune was in his prime. kanti ukhunena like if you look at Baloyi on his way out nangu Fernandes uyahamba uyaphesheya nangu ukhune continues ke obvuma bayafika, they bounce off, because Ukuzwa was a very good keeper who could have been a starter in any other team, but since Ukhune was in his prime, ended up leaving the Chiefs. Yabo. So it's all the thing yokuthi there are other people who get buried because someone is so good. Can I give you an example? There is a goalkeeper, some of you, well, you know him, Ter Stegen with Barcelona. He never plays for Germany. Well, he does play a few games here and there, but in serious tournaments he never plays because there is Neuer. You even get surprised with how Neuer konje. You have Alisson, no Ederson. Ederson is a very good keeper, but he doesn't play for Brazil in serious tournaments. Why? Because no Alisson. So some keepers get buried because they are keepers who are much better than them. So I think that becomes the problem. Look, we have run out of time. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching. Bvuma is leaving. Mathoho is leaving. Sad news, but people say it's good news. Let me see. Let's check the Shandis. Let's check the poll. What did people say? If you haven't liked the video, by the way, this is the perfect time to basically like the video, because, well, that's what we do. That's the nice thing to do. Let me see the poll. Let me see the poll. People have voted here. Wow, it's taking 7 days to actually open the poll. And here we are. Oh, Khosi, it's loading as slowly as it can. Like the video. So 62%, wow, positively say Bvuma should go, and only 38% are saying Bvuma should stay. You have spoken. Yeah, ne? Sizoishia la for today. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. Again, go check out the video that I made about Weber no Charlie update if you haven't watched it. I think you have. But anyways, if you haven't watched it, go watch that. Like the video, share the video, and I will see you on the next one. And until next time, remember, equals al pelumo.